when things go wrong. What to do when things go wrong? This is a very different kind of a learning. It's about those moments when things are slipping out of your hands. And such situations not only come in the capacity of a professional, but also at times in one's own personal life. Although the learning which I've created, it's based upon a book that I've recently authored, When Things Go Wrong. In fact, it talks about an interlude in a human awareness by the name spontaneity. Have you ever understood that generally our impulsive, instinctive response that generate from within us automatically respond to the situations up front in accordance with the programming that we have done to ourselves unknowingly, whether it was during some other past life or this life. The vital aspects of human response depends out of this spontaneity. This spontaneity has never been spoken much about. We have never dissected this spontaneity of a human being. If you try and dissect this spontaneity, there is much that can be understood and dispensed with much more justice and growth, especially in the light of when things are slipping out of your hands, when things go wrong. Because during those moments, you merely depend upon your spontaneity in exclusivity. Because during those moments, you don't have much time for contemplation. The abilities of your brain to act either cease or are at their optimum to act and give you the vital inputs of information, navigation, discernment, adjudication, whatever. And in the book which I have recently authored, this training program is based upon that. Why not to stretch the ambit of spontaneity? Why not to enhance the processing potential of that beam of spontaneity to such an extent that we intervene and exercise an ambit of discretion into spontaneity, into the interlude of spontaneity, and try to bring in a capacity where we reprogram or reconstitute our spontaneity or our impulsive traits that respond, the instinctive impulsive response that we have in such a manner that when things are going wrong, even if we are not in a position to save such situation, at least we do not become a catalyst to aggravate and cause a further detriment to the situation. Problem is, when things are going wrong, at times every single decision that we make complements and furthers the deterioration of the situation. We worsen the things. खराब होना शुरू हुआ, बिगड़ता और बिगड़ता गया. How to stall that activity? At least how to detach and how to remain or confine our role at such a situation in a capacity where we do not deteriorate it or we do not act for its deterioration any further. This is a great learning. This is a great acumen that can be certainly developed in a professional. It's a matter of deep probe and understanding about your own spontaneity. I know this subject has not been spoken much about because the learning and the knowledge which we extricate for this particular program comes from the ancient Indian wisdom, where we try to dissect a spontaneity, and out of the spontaneity we try to develop an acumen, an ability to respond to the situations that are worsening, slipping out of hand, where we hardly have any movement to counsel, where things are almost flowing through our hands. At that moment of time, how much can we save, not only in the light of the situation that is worsening, but also the kind of experience that we are accumulating within ourselves as a memoir, as a memory. Don't forget, all experiences that we gather from the life ultimately accumulate in the form of several guilt, regression of several kinds, unseen, embedded deep into our awareness. They arise and they interfere the normal affairs of our life. This is a very important subject, especially for those professionals who have to interact or have to confront with situations where things slip out of their hands and there's not much which they can do about. See you during one of those learning programs. This learning program generally takes 1 day workshop to do some justice with it. Hope to see you in one of such learning programs.